Okay, good. Yep, we have game audio. I have mic input. That should be pretty good, right? We've got our little title screen, we got our little banner, and otherwise I think we're pretty successful. Go us. Yep, that's a nice coffee. Started real early today. It honestly feels like summer. It doesn't help because I have, my hair down, and that makes everything immediately hotter, and everything harder to deal with. But I think the hardest part is when you're standing in front of the stove, and you are cooking dinner. It is too warm over summer. So I'm going to have to pull out salads and practice again. Which is not too hard. I do a lot of cooking. And I don't do enough photoing of the cooking either, so it's not like it's going onto my Twitter page or even somewhere else where I can derive engagement from my other hobbies. Ah, capitalism, isn't it great? Capitalism. So, I was in the office today, and I may have mentioned that in chat, but I'll mention it again. And I like going to the office, you hear me say that all the time. But today, I go in for some company, and today, literally no one else was in there today. My entire team was working from home. They thought I was kidding. I was not kidding. I get lonely working from home all the time. So, in the office, it was even more lonely because it's this larger, more empty space. There just aren't people there. I mean, it honestly wasn't that bad. Because all I need to do was just settle in and continue working normally and go for a long lunchtime walk to remove any anti-vax stickers from the area in which I work. I'm not going to be too open about it. And yeah, and leave a little early because I had a massive headache, so just on the way home found after I got home, sat in the dark room for an hour until it started abating. They were good to go. Lucky too, because I would have had to call it to start feeling better about an hour before stream, I think is a good one. Oh, nice to speak tonight. Yeah. More pain drugs. The fun kind. No codeine tonight, luckily. It started to abate. I try and avoid taking wherever possible. If only because it feels terrible asking for doctors, hey, yeah, I need another prescription for this medication that I need to not feel terrible. That's life with chronic pain. I can only imagine it's worse for other people. So, while it may feel awkward to ask, I'll just avoid it wherever I can. Not so bad. And I mean, something else really good happened today as well. Should start a drum roll. Probably won't, but... Tim Rogers of ActionButton.com released his Cyberpunk 2077 review. It's 10 hours long. Larks has got a good point. He released his apology stream. I streamed and looked very sad and made a poor Jimbles feel creative. A creative is hurting. He feels guilt over not releasing something. He had a desire to put something out and then received overwhelming demand for that desire, and so is guilty for said attention. It's terrible. But it turns out at least part of that was a bit. The whole apology to say I did not get the video out had an hour's worth of the video hidden inside. And the video itself, if you're familiar with Action Button reviews, they're really fucking long. That's part of the gimmick. They're really fucking long and incredibly in depth, and they go into cultural context and analysis of the game he's reviewing. This video is I may have this slightly wrong, and Lux has actually corrected me before on this thing, but it's like an hour's context, so an hour's introduction, which explicitly tells you to choose two of the following 6 segments to watch, and then politely and kindly asks you, please don't watch all of them in a row. There's a lot of repetition. You're not going to get the experience I'm designing here. I want you to watch 2 of the 6 segments, which are separated into a playlist because YouTube's being a dick. watch 2 of the 6, and then watch the last option, like video 7. And that's it. That's your playthrough. Which is fucking neat as. Holy shit. For a game that's got multiple endings, and he's reviewing lots of side quests, it's really fascinating to structure a review that takes the medium that you're reviewing into consideration. The action button reviews are supposed to reference the fact that he wants you to watch it with a controller, and that you will press a button, the action button, to pause the video, because that's the only interaction you essentially have. Sliding back and forth. It's the only user reactive interaction you have with the video on screen. You press a button and it pauses. That's why there's a lot of really quick flashing text on his reviews, because you're supposed to be watching it, paying attention, and pressing a button to pause, like it's a QuickTime event. But then now he's added additional choice to this review system by asking you to go, yeah, Lux has got it absolutely perfect, right? Story 0, segment from 1 to 6, segment from 1 to 6, and story 7. And like, he's asking you to make active decisions that will affect your play and understanding of the review. Brilliant. Probably, or if not, almost certainly not the first time this sort of approach has happened to a review. But it doesn't mean I'm not still super excited by that idea. So I thought about it. I'm a completionist. I would like to watch all of the review. I want to see all the content. Daddy brought me some content. I want to see all the content. Right? But I'm still going to follow his instructions. I've watched Story 0, then I had to get back to work. And then I'm going to watch 2 segments. I won't tell you what right now. And then I'll watch Story 7, and I'll consider that a playthrough. And then I'm going to... Exactly, Luxy. Cheers to everyone in the VOD who can get Lux's insight now that we have a chatbot up, and I don't have to repeat it verbatim, saving us all a bit of time. Pretty good. He expects us to, it'd be fine to go watch the others, and, I also make that decision. I want to do that. I want to see the content as it comes out, and I want to play the whole thing. I like respecting an artist's vision, of course I do, but I also want the whole thing. See what it's like. I don't care if he repeats himself occasionally. I like the cadence of his speech. It's weird. I like it. Alright, let's let her save. Let's get on with it. Maybe this daddy needs to bring you some content. I'm so sorry. I won't do that again for at least 10 minutes. Last episode, right? I called it Wyvern Clinic because we're going to turn up and we're going to save... we were going to save a wyvern. And then... we didn't. The wyvern fucking died. And the poor thing gave us its egg. We threw the wyvern egg into the pool of drill sperm. If you don't get that reference, you're going to need to go back and watch the VOD. Now that we are a affiliate, I believe our VOD's actually held for a little bit longer, so grats to everyone. If not, you can always catch it on the YouTube link on Twitch. You can watch it there, okay? Otherwise, we're here in the dungeons of Castle Finn because we need to go get a... we need to get a mask. And look at our heroes. We're hitting over 2k health for our main 3. Since he mentioned howlongtobeat.com, I pulled it up for Final Fantasy 2 again just as a review. To ask a question what have I signed us up for? And I made predictions at the end of Pillars of Eternity last night. We may finish Final Fantasy 2 tonight. And I'm not confident that's going to happen, but I am still excited to share how much we get through tonight as well. And usually after you get the white mask, you then sail to the island in the middle of the ocean and pick up the black one, but we've already got the black mask. I pig-headedly just pushed our way through something that's supposed to be much higher level, and here we are, right? My prediction was it was possible, but not likely. Well, maybe I am being honest. I also sincerely feel like I'm not going to be left with 2 achievements to finish by after stream, If I want that treasured 100% completion Master of 2 achievement, I'm going to have to replay Final Fantasy 2. And I may be a completionist, in that I like to do all the content that is designed by the developers. I don't know if I'm that determined to do that. We'll have to see. I probably wouldn't do it on stream because that feels a little mean. You know, hey, no plot is going to happen in this episode. All we are going to do is jerk about in person. And not in a way that'll get me banned from Twitch and earn me more money on OnlyFans. Like, that's not on the cards. Sadly. Yeah, also, like life updates so we can get more parasocially attached to one another. I said all I had to do was send in some paperwork. Oh, kill a mantis, look at that! Look at that little guy, that's fantastic. There we go. We can YOLO our way through there as well, hell yes. All I needed to do was fill in some paperwork and send it off to, for the university. 2 of them, fuck. God. Well, I did that on Tuesday. Of course I did. I wasn't not going to. But it may be slightly reassuring to hear that, yes, I followed up on that work. And not only did I do the paperwork, I nagged my boss into writing the recommendation. And then he said, I'm lazy, how about you write it for me and I'll sign it. And I was like, absolutely I will do that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not even a conflict of interest. I mean, you're signing it. You stand by it. And then I send it to him and he's like, this is not long enough. I'm going to add some more compliments for you and then sign it, okay? If you like it and you like the signature, let me know. Then you can send it in. So, there are a lot of empty rooms in this game. Well, like, it's not the only reason I like this job, but that's a big part of it, right? I feel like today all I was doing was running in place, answering questions, and helping with the same sort of login issues all the time, and not making any, like, large-scale improvements, but boy, it's nice. Because I like Lennon, I like that he takes lunch breaks to go bounce on the trampoline with his child. That's fun. Good boss. Hey, good job, Tyrion, you get your bow up. But you're also our magic monkeys. Do the thing! Around this part of the week, you know, Wednesday night, after stream, I start thinking, I've been busy nearly every night of the week this week, and I'd very much like to not be busy. Log into Final Fantasy and enjoy the weekly reset from Final Fantasy XIV and do some stuff. But I don't think I'm going to play any Final Fantasy tonight. I've got Pathfinder on this week. I've got Pathfinder on tomorrow night. We're having an extra session because we haven't managed to get our Strength of Thousands campaign longer than one session. Because of COVID and people being busy and occasionally some players being unavailable. And this early in the session, in the whole adventure path, I'd like everyone to be there. They're still settling into their dorms, right? I want to set the mood as a community, as a group, everyone together. Plus, the first few sessions of Strength of Thousands is just cute as hell. I should know, I read the book several times. But it did mean I was plaintively wailing at... This is an exaggeration, I wasn't actually wailing. I was only thinking about it. At another Pathfinder GM, it was just like, dude, why don't we have a session this week? And that group isn't having one this weekend either. We're just all busy people. As we were playing online, but as the world is opening up, Canberra is opening up. The world is opening up. What is wrong with me? As Canberra is opening up and our case numbers are still steadily dropping, even though it's been nearly a week. People are getting back on with things that weren't happening. Like, we're taking opportunities to catch up with events and groups and people we weren't able to see and weren't able to get together online to find a replacement for. And so, even though I'm anxious to play with these people again, I'm anxious to see them in general, and sadly, one of the players isn't vaccinated, doesn't have the second vaccine yet, so we're going to be waiting anyway. I think it's a good thing that they're spending a bit of time doing the things that you couldn't do online. And they're finding that closeness together. I can't dominate people's friendship circles and demand my own attention. As much as I'd love to continue playing Pathfinder, it's a great game. Whenever I have a session, whenever I have a session, I'm really like happy that we had it, and I'm excited for more, and I feel like I can, while my attention's still there, I'd love to keep going for hours and hours and hours, especially when we have a lot of combat and we want to do some roleplay, or when we have a lot of roleplay and I want to stretch Pathfinder's combat mechanics again. I still think it would be selfish for me to like demand people's attention the whole time, and so I gotta wait. I gotta be responsible. I gotta be like kind to these people. They've got their own lives, and I'm hoping the game will continue when they're free. Here comes the great big butt. It's just an Asuna on Maria. When a role-playing game is starting, it does make, like, it has a moment of anxiety when you're like, is this going to continue? Can we get over the inertia that can come with, like, starting something new? And we may not have the investment we could need to continue. So how do we ensure that? I don't know how to ensure it, but I certainly know it's anxiety inducing when you'd like it to continue, when the GM or players as well have some sort of investment that's like, I'm expecting this tale to happen. We're going to go through these sort of events. I've made space in my calendar. And boy, I wish I had a fix. I wish... Monsters? Fuck, I wish monsters. Oh, we can take these fuckers. I wish there was a way to, like, ensure everyone's lives were more flexible. And, like, get everyone together and we can continue, like, ensuring we're going to have a good session and a good series of games together. Yeah, exactly, Luxie. When you've been doing something for multiple years... Power stuff, what's that do? Should be at the bottom now. Stuff made for striking. Maybe this could work better than the flame bow for Furion. Yeah. Accuracy increases, attack increases a lot. And I bet it doesn't interfere with his casting as much, so let's give that a try. Hello, Nerdy Paper Games. Yeah, those poor sweet Skelly boys, they've had such a beautiful life ahead of them that was ended abruptly by multiple swords. I should probably not, like, YOLO our way through against the Adamantoises. This is exactly what Maker was saying. Maker was unfortunately busy tonight, so cannot join us. If I thought about what I'm doing a little bit more, we could get through this faster, and I think that's an important lesson we should take forward, right? Let's use some of our resources now. Oh, look at that! 118 damage on on a staff strike. It's not terrible. There we go. No intelligence, only YOLO. Fight our way through. Blink tome. Raising evasion? Yes, please. Probably shouldn't put it on Lila. As a fourth party member, we know she's going to end up leaving soon. Or at some point, I don't know if it's soon. We're just YOLOing in a different pattern there. I'm letting Lila use Thunder all the time. Cool. We also learned that, like, throwing tomes in combat is highly... Betrayal Fang, what? Confuses. Okay, cool. These single-use items are more powerful than I expected as well. In a lot of other Final Fantasies, they're not scaled appropriately to make it, like, worth using. But here, they certainly were. They saved us in the fight when we were getting the black mask beyond our levels. Because it says uses like cast Blizzard. It doesn't just cast Blizzard, it casts the spell at like rank 11? Something very high up. It's pretty enjoyable. I guess I'm just addicted to the speed. When we have auto... Good job, Farian. When we have auto battle on, it goes... Like, not only is it pick for us, it just goes so much faster. Bonk. Single-use things should really be worthwhile. Yeah, and that should help combat with the often felt anxiety around using single-use items. When is too much? When shouldn't I? When should I? You know, I read on TV tropes and other pages, Final Fantasy II has a lot of these trap rooms that are completely empty. You enter, there's nothing there, and a high encounter rate in there. And some players might find it frustrating, and I agree. I brought up their position in the series, and I don't think this pattern is repeated, because it does feel like a trap, doesn't it? Like, especially if that loading screen was longer, you'd be like, a wasted moment, what a waste of time. Do that. Q at 10, you notice the animation changed, it got more interesting too. Looks like it's trapping the player instead of the character. Yeah. I mean, as you know from Pillars, traps should be puzzles that have a consequence, and in the end it just a lot of the time feels like it's do this busy work, or it's like check this checkbox or suffer, right? That's not super enjoyable. Check this checkbox as in walk in scouting mode, and then click here, or you take some damage. Or worse, take a lot of damage. Like, that's not as much fun. Actually, Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous is like such a tiny twist that still makes traps more interesting. Most of the time, there's a passive perception. Yeah. And even a passive perception says, okay, you notice something compared to not, and like that's still not that interesting. Wrath of the Righteous has this interesting thing that I actually suggest you include, and like everyone at your table will recognize what you're doing, but that's not a bad thing. Where the trigger to, the way to disarm the trap is specifically almost always past the trap, or around a corner, or hiding somewhere. And so it becomes... You notice the trap, it pauses an option to, and you probably should, pause your character in the game, and you can see where it is, and there's like a thin trailing line that points to where the disarm button is. Whatever, man, we'll just buy more ether, look at all that gil. So much gil. And it's your job to navigate over to where that trap can be disarmed from. You can't just assume it's going to be there. X. Because we can see where the chest is, we know exactly where to go. Thankfully. Now, a lot of the time that's like, alright, so I'll just walk around it, but it gives you an opportunity to have patrolling monsters that don't step on the trap but go near it, and walk past where the disarm button or the disarm trigger is all the time. So then you get a very minor and not incredibly deep, but still interesting stealth game as your likely rogue, because Rios, that's they're a recolor of the Shimmerer, but that's still a beautiful recolor that we're just going to YOLO our way through. and you get a very shallow stealth game, because the people who can disarm traps are nearly always rogues. So your rogue activates stealth, you start moving slower, you start scouting ahead a little bit to get to the point where you can find the trigger and disable it. And it adds just a little bit more tension. And if you accidentally trigger combat, does the AI kick into the rest of your orichalcum? Does the rest of your party run over it and threaten to... Ooh, okay. Threaten to, like, attack your... Why is the knife dealing so much? Left hand is favored hand. Right, well, we put the orichalcum there, we put... Okay, she's left-handed. I never thought about that. I should have noticed that earlier. Whoops. You get not a puzzle, but at least a slightly more tactical view of dealing with a trap. And then the trap itself can be super dangerous or not very dangerous. However you handle it from there is up to you. But if you don't put the thing right next to the trap, or you say, you can't disarm it from here, you're gonna have to go there, wherever. You add a little bit of tension, you add a puzzle to the trap, which is what they should be. Puzzles with consequences. I think that's great. That's fascinating. That's a good way to handle it. Sadly, like, the legendary trap books that you can find for other role-playing games are about lethality and complexity, and not the one I read at least, not specifically about a way to make them more interesting. Like, it looks like a highly dangerous and interesting challenge to throw at your players so they get squished and their characters die and you're sad. But that's not, to me, as interesting as explaining why they should be care. Right? We're on that tangent, even though we're fighting for a dungeon here in Final Fantasy 2, and the traps we have are trap rooms where you're just going to hire encounter rate. We're going to check the other room. This is another reason these rooms feel less like traps and more like, you idiot, you shouldn't have been so greedy. Because I open here to get nothing. Nothing except to fight. Right? Oh. I'm gonna be punished for a sin. It's probably not greed. It's gluttony. Get your mind out of the gutter. Alright, so, mask or monsters? Good job. See, I expected a boss fight, but I think we've gotten to the bottom of the whole castle. The whole dungeon, and oh, I love this. The baddies, the game devs behind FF2. Yeah, well, I won't hold it against them. As we know, they were working on like a year's turnaround. It's pretty good. No. That's why they originally reused sprites. Yeah, like, that's cool. Where are we going to go to Paul's house? I think that was right. We visit Paul the Thief, who's around here. We speak to him about the white masks. Or we just go straight up and use them at the Tower of Mysidia without asking anyone else. Nothing happens. Alright, well, we tried. Yes, we know. We may have taken Finn back, but the war isn't over yet. The decisive battle will be fought once Minwu returns from Mysidia. Oh fuck, we'd better go find him, huh? Finn is ours again at last. The standard of the White Rose flies high over Finn once more. Being able to live here again is like a dream come true. You guys took out the big boss, huh? Wow. We never could have recaptured Finn without you. Thanks. Alright, well, let's take one last visit and see the princess. I guess he's a prince now, right? Just in case. Who knows? Maybe they might have dialogue if we show them the white mask. Maybe not. Otherwise, we go to the Tower of Mysidia. We were nearby there earlier and it kicked our ass. Take the white mask with you to Mysidia. The mages there should know more about its purpose. Okay. The Empire has been silent of late. But no doubt the Empire is hatching its next plot even as we speak. We must find the ultimate tome as soon as possible. We're counting on you. Okay. Well, we continue our quest. We need to find the ultimate magic. It will help us save the day. We will be sad if we don't manage to get it. Dum da dum. I didn't even close it. Oh, hornets! How could we? No pressure. We'll be fine. Don't even trip. Beep, 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 beep. If I was a more patient dude, I would spend... gotta go get that boat. I'd spend some time off-stream grinding. I promise, if we run into, like, difficulty in combat after... and it's close to the end of the stream, I'll log in and... Log in? It's an old game, it doesn't have a login state. I'll boot up the game and play it for a bit, you know? So we don't have to grind all the time and feel bad. You know, because I don't want you guys to just watch me grind. While it's not as plot heavy, I'm not reading as much box text or dialogue as I do in Pillars, which is perhaps even a good thing because it allows us to have difference in the games we're playing on stream. It wouldn't be great, would it? Werewolves. Okay. Like, they are werewolves. They could wreck us if we're not paying attention. We're gonna do just a little bit of grinding. Not much, okay? Promise not much. Now, what kind of grinding would you watch Jimbles do, anyway? Oh, hey, Emma! You do a little brow wiggle every time you say oh ho ho. Which is good. Okay. Coffee grinding. Well, that involves me doing, like... You know, just like working the bicep a little. This is the wrong screen for that. The camera's way too small for me to do the coffee grind on screen. I like coffee grinding. That's why it's... I don't strictly refuse, but I kind of refuse to get a decent grinder. And just use my hand crank every time. So like, I'm trying to grind Guy's attack here. At least for a fight for a little bit. Because he doesn't do enough damage. And he's supposed to be a heavy. Hipster. My own wife. Such accusations. Such highly accurate accusations to me. And I don't think Guy's weapons are terrible, I just... hand ground coffee only. Fresh coffee, brewed on the spot. And chili is good? Okay, I'm glad. I made it specifically so... I don't know. It's kind of a trope. It's like, ah yes, my husband got into streaming and now he is useless around the house. He cannot keep up. This new hobby is consuming him, and he cannot keep up other regular keep this house running duties. And maybe it's just cultural cringe, but I really don't want to be a useless husband. There are too many of them already. We don't need them. Why doesn't aura work on Maria? Maybe she's just too strong by herself anyway. Fuck. That was your ex with game making? Just got obsessed? Market oversaturated with useless husbands. Yeah, useless husbands, useless men. Winch beast! Many husbands. Man, now that's an idea. Look, I'm not against that idea. That sounds good. But alright, let's end this. Dead man! Like, if you had a choice, go with a non-useless husband, right? Cure in Thunder for Lila. No attacks for Guy. Nothing? Okay. Got a lot of HP. Because he took a lot of damage. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, now it's sooner levels up. That's good. Yeah, oh well. I mean, but game dev will increase the tech up as much time as it possibly can, because it's a creative endeavor, you know? The hardest part is the truth that we don't allow enough space for artists to do their thing. We've got to do so many other things. It's like, okay, you can have your dream, but you also must do regular capitalism things as well. I'm like, oof. Right? That sucks, doesn't it? And that's, I think, something that's slowing down writing. Not, I have to do other things in life, boo-hoo-hoo. Because that's shitty, I wouldn't do that. You deserve the flame, Mama. Oh, he quit to do full-time game dev. Right. Okay. That changes things somewhat. I can't show you a mask. Okay. Can't show him a mask. Well, let's get the fuck out of here. I bet it's somewhere here then, right? On this continent we haven't visited? Gotta be. I don't want to say, like, if I quit my job, I'd be much better at writing my smutty story. But it is a decent recognition that it takes up time to do these sort of things, and we need to manage our time and to decide where we're spending it. Like, okay, this is going to be real bad. I bought Cyberpunk 2077 even though I haven't played Alan Wake Remake yet. And, like, I bought Alan Wake Remake with a coupon and I'm like, yeah, I'll play this next. Maybe on stream, probably not, because Deadman played it on stream, the non-remake version, very recently. I don't want to take his thunder. And anyone who's watching through that probably doesn't want to watch through the same game again, but looking slightly better. I like the devs, I like the game, and I want to replay it, and if we're going to replay it, I want to play it in the best possible light. Da 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 da. And then Tim Rogers is like, he's part of the introduction to his review includes the line, like, this is the bottom line. If you are interested in it, get it. Because Discourse poisoned Cyberpunk 2077. It is better, it's not as good as the hype told everyone it was going to be. but it is better than all of the anti-hype, the hate, the hate fest that got thrown at it made it seem. So I'm like, fuck, and so I bought it. Because I wanted it anyway, you know? And it's on sale and it's only $2 more expensive than its cheapest ever price, and whatever, I did it. And then I remoted to home and installed it remotely because you can't do that with Epic the way you can via the Steam store. And then I left a note for Emma on my computer because when I remoted with TeamViewer, my monitor turns on and Emma, who was working over there, can see it. That was just cute. Anyway, when I got home and I did some admin to like check my mailbox, and Vampire Girl. No, Maria, you sword lesbian, your Vampire Girl out of the way. But oh fuck. Okay, that charm didn't last too long. God, it would be great for us all to die to a Vampire Girl. That's hilarious. Look at that sprite. I don't even know if she's wearing clothes. Amazing. Amazing. We're saving so we don't die to an autosave. That's so good. My inbox has a Vampire's Girl? No, my Twitter feed has Vampire Girls. And boy, are they naked. Anyway. Alright, Scourge at high level is perhaps more dangerous. I'm still not gonna bother. That skull, do you think that's Doom? Or more dangerous or less dangerous? This continent is clearly more challenging. In a way that's probably a good thing. Womp, womp. Not that challenging. Anyway, so I did some admin. And then booted up Cyberpunk 2077. Because I was like, I've got a bit of time to play some video game, right? This video James deserves some video games. That status effect didn't go away. Interesting. Time to custom Asuna. What effect is it? Skull. They have skull. Excellent. Great. It possibly could have, like, not removed it. That is a thing that can happen. That would be bad. Does Nap fix skull? Nap would fix everything, thankfully. You know, so at least that's a plus. I haven't known Nap to fix skull before. So, I booted up, and I went through the config menu, and I was like, okay, set graphics to recommended, and it's like, recommend very high, and I'm like, it's good. It's not ridiculously high, so I guess I gotta spend several $1,000s to have mainlanders back. But then I closed it, because I thought, you know what I should do instead? I can't study for the course yet, and I'm starting in March. But there is something I want to do before March hits here, and that I don't know how much time I'll have left. And so I pulled up my story and I started editing. Of course. And so I spent an hour and a bit fastidiously going through the first 2 chapters and realizing that, fuck, it's probably a good thing that I decided to edit this goddamn story, given that it was originally perceived that one of the main characters was a fighter. He mentions using a sword, and everywhere else in the story he doesn't even, like, I don't even mention him having a knife. So I don't know what the fuck I was thinking at first. I'm wondering how any of the beta readers don't ask me what I'm smoking. And then suddenly, I feel more responsible. And then I finish that, I feed the animals, I start cooking dinner for Emma so that, you know, the useless husband doesn't disappear to do 3 hours of video gaming. It's not just playing games, I'm doing it for an audience. But it felt good. It felt good in a way that was like responsible adult, useful members that, like, not useful member of society. Ah, shell, we need that. But in a way that made me feel justified in making the decision, and like, can I... Is it... Holy damage? Yeah. Expensive, but worth it. I love Furion, you're gonna kick so much ass. Like, it doesn't make me feel like I have justified playing video games, or like my hobbies need to be paid in balance with strife and stress, but it was a slightly more responsible choice in getting into another video game before I played more video games. And in a way that made me feel more balanced. That's worth it, isn't it? Teleports party added dungeons. I don't know if going to the previous floor is worth it. We'll use that on Guy. A more balanced day, exactly. They're distracted. Look, I'm not going to hold it against you. It just made me... Like, I never thought I would not edit, but it made me glad I took time to do it. Because there is still... Q's status temporarily when you use battle. I just don't know why you'd use that. I know there's a lot of value in saying that when you finish writing and creating something, you can release it and not stress endlessly about editing and revising. And like, it comes up a lot in role-playing games where low-level games, people say, and I don't hate this, they're like, if you could consider playtesting a form of privilege. Like, playtesting is privilege? What does that mean? I'm like, well, if you're in the position that you sell your games for a living, playtesting is giving away your games for free to people for people to try. Sure, that's one. But it's also time that could be better spent selling the game to get enough money to eat. Okay, Killer, fantastic. So what we want is a better axe for Guy. And wow, look at that attack increase. Fantastic. I don't see that as like a terrible or negative thing. I hate to be shitty about it, but it's capitalist realism again. It's like, you're going to spend time not refining a product so that you can sell it, therefore you can eat. Or work on the next product that may sell better, or work on a commission or something. And I wish people who are facing that decision could more comfortably say, I'm going to refine this because I don't need to worry as much. Is that fucking economist guy or whatever who wrote a massive treaty of economics while his partner fed, clothed, washed, and did all the housework around him while they spent ages by a lake? I don't know the full story, but it just strikes me every time. Anyway, this is Mysidia, Kingdom of Mages. You've certainly come a long way to be here. We sure have. Hell yeah, mages. I believe it is, as you say, that time to break the tower's seal is upon us. The 3 artifacts protect the seal on the tower. 3? We've many ancient texts in our town. Please browse them at your leisure. I've already bought some, my dude. A statue of a goddess is enshrined beneath the city. She watches over the crystal rods. Good on her. Some time ago, a wizard named Minwu passed through this town on his way to the tower. You'd best hurry after him. But they won't let us in the tower. We tried. I swear. This sort of, our people only sell a certain number of items is getting odd, you know? Each person can sell only 4 things, and it's not terrible, it just means that you have to talk from one to the other all the time. I have no idea what we'd spend Gil on if not this, so we've done enough grinding that I think it's worth just throwing money at problems. And we should feel well equipped and comfortable enough to continue through the game, you know? For fuck's sake, Jimbles. There we go. Hammering the A button over and over until something happens. Some time ago. Oh, no, I've already read those. Yeah, Minwu. So he went to the tower, but it won't let us in. Maybe we need to see this goddess about a crystal rod. A very small island lies in the middle of the sea. There you'll find the black mask, the white mask counterpart. Soccer! I've already rated it. So you want to break the seal on the tower? Yes, I agree this is the time. We will do nothing to stop you. You must first collect 2 masks, ding, and travel to a certain cave somewhere in this continent. Within you should find a crystal rod, an artifact you will need if you were to enter the tower. Alright, well there you go. What is this room? This house? This bed? I bet this place is used for a cutscene, right? Many old books line the shelves. Ekmet Telos? Make of the white mask an offering to the goddess from beneath Mysidia. If thou art pure of heart, the doppelganger will cease to move. Interesting. Fit then the black mask upon him, and both he and his defiled heart shall fade. That's interesting. Ultimate tone. In ages past, Pandemonium, the palace of the Lord of Hell, emerged unto our land. The mages of old wove a spell of fearsome power and banished Pandemonium, averting the crisis. However, the mages feared that the spell was so powerful it could throw the world into chaos. So they constructed a great tower and sealed within it the tome inscribed with the spell's secrets. Fearing that we asked about Mysidia, fearing that the tremendous power they wielded might lead the world to destruction, the mages of old founded a settlement in Mysidia and dwelt there in seclusion. Wyverns. A close relative of the dragon, the wyvern is trained to serve as an airborne mount to the dragoons. Though smaller than a dragon, the creature's strength allows it to carry 4 to 5 people into the air. What an interesting specificity they've got there. Dragoons. The island of Deist was the ancestral home of the wyverns. A knight named Han visited the island, and over a period... And over a period of 30 years, he cultivated a bond with the wyverns. Han later became the first dragoon. Goddess's Bell. Once ago, a king ordered the making of an indestructible lock and key. 3 sets were fashioned. The first was from friendship, the second from love, and the third from wonder. The sets forged from friendship and love were soon broken. But the third was wrought from the wonder evoked by the ringing of a single pure note, and it held fast. That key was a goddess's bell. So pleased was the king, he hid the bell away in a cavern of snow where it rests to this day. Again, no, I've got it. Sunfire. In a kingdom before the world knew castles or kingdoms, the star filled the land unknown, Kashuan. A man gathered flame from the star and built an altar to enshrine it. Dreadnought. Airship. Recent technological advances have produced the airship. Should these technical arts proliferate, they will one day drive magic from the world. Mithril. Mithril is a strong, easily processed metal, highly responsive to magics. It forms the basis of magical armaments. Wild Rose. So this is interesting. You look at the old books and you can ask information about, like, just get more world building and backstory about the things you're asking other people. That's neat. Good stuff. So I offered it the canoe, and it's got nothing particularly useful to say. And, like, that's cute. I'm glad they did that. This is probably a rare shrine. Yep, it is. Not marked like all the other buildings that appear in every town. Still got the town music in here, so probably not going to get a random encounter. 3, 2, 1. No? Okay, cool. Can't store the canoe in the bookshelf. Hey, goddess. The statue beams with a beatific smile. Ekmet Telos? Mask? Ultimate turn? Yeah, anything? Well, you're a statue, so you're probably not going to say anything. What if I show you the mask? Nope. White mask. You place the white mask on the statue. That's all? Okay. That's pretty good, I guess. I mean, that felt right, right? She watches over the crystal rods. She didn't give us a rod. Maybe I should, like, offer her the black mask now? Nothing wrong with asking. Nope, I cannot interact with it. No wonder. Can't get the white mask back, I guess. Hopefully we haven't ruined everything. It's one component of 3. Give me the crystal rods, baby. Okay, well. Head now to the Mysidian Cave east of Mysidia. Oh, and of course, beat up some dead boys. I got nothing wrong with beating up the dead boys. No, don't send us all to sleep. Don't make me cast Asuna on everyone. I now know what Basuna does. Okay, well, that petrify may be able to be removed. Maybe. We hope. Yeah. Yeah, this is spirit. Guy's back, baby! Probably want to start grinding that. Good job, Lila. What about the deadmans? Sexy, sexy deadmans. The specters, the ghosts, the skeletons. You know, your box standard deadmans. We hit for 999 there? I'm like... It's not like we can cast Wall and Shield outside of combat, given their combat-only buffs, so we're just gonna have to cast them all here several times. No, I wouldn't want to beat up the Deadmans. He's a good friend, and a highly entertaining streamer, so I like watching his stuff. Oh! Holy shit. That was way too close. Okay, I don't know if it happens in Final Fantasy II, but certainly if you get everyone petrified in other Final Fantasies, you lose, baby! That's it. Game over. Everyone died. We want to avoid that. Oh no. Okay. So, the Asuna I cast on multiple people. It missed. But the Asuna I cast on one person didn't miss. And I think that is because our Asuna is not high enough level to use multicast on everyone. Damn it, he's gonna get petrified again. Damn it, he's gonna get petrified again. And we're gonna run out of gold needles if we keep doing this. It dealt 1 damage. Okay. Yeah, let's just run. Hopefully they're not dead forever. They're still stoned. Can't use any magic because they're stoned. Look, when I'm stoned, I can't use magic either. Use Gold Needle on one. Then get Firion to use Asuna on the others. Whew. Jeez, what an ignoble end. Imagine that. Yeah. 6 birdie cockatrice just flew in and whacked us. Wow. Don't really need that, so let's level up that. Look, no one tell Mako that I'm playing tactically now. That would be embarrassing. Not that, like... Not because... Not because I'm taking advice, I'm so stubborn that I can't take anyone's advice, otherwise I feel emasculated. More that I... would be embarrassing because... there's literally nothing wrong with that. And if we're going to continue the bit, of me like being ridiculous, we're gonna have to do like even more silly shit, right? And that could be disastrous. Look at that tiny span of damage. Alright, I didn't want the blink to go off. I was supposed to take off autocast. Oops. Maybe we should be doing single target casts. Maybe a bit safer. Let's try an attack and see what happens. Okay, let's go. Look, we're leveling these sooner. I think it's pretty important. There you go. We'll need to retarget that sooner. Still getting that thunder up. This is good. Alright, well, I don't want to concentrate too hard and be not very interesting to listen to, so let's... Yeah. I see it as a streamer goal to get through more and more of the Final Fantasies, right? Especially like to play through and see how 3 has been translated, given I've played a 3D remake, but not the original. The Pixel Remaster takes inspiration from the original. That's an interesting thing to go through as a comparison, figure it out. Plus, like, for a lot of people, it's the first time they're experiencing that story, this Pixel Remaster collection. And so... there's something about context and legacy that matters to me. When I had more time or was playing a lot more video games and not having as many other hobbies, I would specifically think about protecting against status ailments. Let's do that. If I wanted to replay a game, I'd replay a lot of the series, because I'd want to understand where it fit contextually into its other games, other things they tried. Like, at one point I wanted to finish Baldur's Gate 2. Every nerd talked about Baldur's Gate 2. It was seminal to them. It was really important. And so I wanted to give it a go. And to replay Baldur's Gate 2, I felt it necessary to play Baldur's Gate 2. I felt it necessary to play Baldur's Gate 1, the expansion, and then play Baldur's Gate 2 and its well-loved expansion. In that order, you know? Like, play through the whole thing. To get an understanding of what this game is about, I needed to... Wow, Holly does 26 damage? Amazing. I needed to play through the series. And Icewind Dale, too. Well, what are its contemporaries? Big fight. Lots of status changes there. What are its contemporaries? What was it about? What made it unique and interesting? Oh, we're ambushed by cockatrice. Thunder can kill one of them in a single blow, which is pretty strong. No, it can't. Okay. Get a cockatrice. Cocker twice? I hardly knew her. Sorry. Oh boy. We're just running again. Sorry. Whew. No experience for running. Those can fuck us up real fast. We don't have any more... We just gotta fully restore HP and MP? I don't know if that will restore us. Okay. What if... Nope. Alright, we gotta try and get back without finding another one. Get back to town, buy a... Without finding another one. Or another 6. Okay. Son of a bitch. That's tense as fuck. We're gonna get back to the Mysidia. We've gotta run, because Lila's not the strongest. Fuck. That's it. Wow. That's before we went across the desert. We're gonna go back and buy a bunch of golden needles. So that we're not stuck in this scenario again. Jeez. And we missed out on that long grinding session that I won't force you to sit through again. The status effects really ruined us, didn't they? It's funny, I guess when you have like only one Asuna, you're kind of limited to not letting Furion get hit with Petrify or you're out. But I think we got pretty unlucky when it came to getting 3 battles of them in a row. Are you supposed to physically attack these black flans? Is that the secret we're missing? They take more fire damage, but... Okay, there we go. Good lord. Soon, everyone. I'm gonna go rest in town. We'll do some stuff. Don't you worry. The higher level magic when you use it like on 6 targets in a row and with the auto battles speed up, it's just mwah, gorgeous. Guy does not cast a lot of magic, you can see when he doesn't do much damage to it. Early on in Final Fantasy II we had that long rant or discussion about what death means and how to make it important and impactful in your games and make it feel not cheap, and I gotta say that the whole party is petrified so you lose. That didn't feel great, did it? But I don't... Again, the only thing I'm regretting is that we spent a long time fighting Flan and getting experience for our characters, and we've lost that. Some games, and I don't think Final Fantasy II specifically, but some games allow you to keep saved experience and levels up and not always, but sometimes gear that you get as well. We weren't just resting, we were buying golden needles. They allow you to keep the stuff you get, especially experience, after deaths. It doesn't ask you to load your save, it just loads a checkpoint, and the checkpoint is like, well, here's all your stuff. You killed this many things, you might as well. You might as well be, like, considered slightly stronger. And, yeah, again, given the main frustration I have with dying and losing and coming back... Fucking cockatrices. Beat you up. You're gonna attack 4 of us, and we're gonna get a game over immediately, aren't we? Because I'm stubbornly casting magic instead of getting Maria to attack. Fuck. You gotta attack him. That's for sure. Did you get any satisfaction out of that one? I did. Gold Needle, Furion, Magic Furion, Asuna, go. If the main frustration you have is lost time and the feeling like you're not getting progress when you have to suffer through that sort of defeat over and over, it certainly is a good way to feel like you're still making progress if you get your experience after a death. That's great. I love that idea. Cast fire on the bombs. Could be worse. And so, I guess I'm kind of lamenting the fact that we don't get to keep our levels up. Ah, well. It also kind of reflects the player's increased experience. I guess that's the other part, right? Like, you can say, yeah, but you're getting better, aren't you? Maybe I'm not. You'd hope you are. Lesson learned, that's kind of that was supposed to be the intention behind the phrase get good in reference to Dark Souls. It's not fun to be told get good, not given any ambushed by cockatrice. Well, one of them runs away, it could be worse. We can kill a couple with Lila and Guy working together. Yeah, the original intention behind the phrase was supposed to be a recognition that Dark Souls is not going to get easier. You can't look for a trick to beat the game to make it easier. You beat Dark Souls only. I've never finished any Souls-like. Not just because I don't hate them for what they are and I don't think they're terrible. They don't feel fun to me. At least the Bloodborne I tried to play on Dead Man's PlayStation 4. Didn't feel like fun. We were a couple of beers in. It's supposed to be a recognition that the game's not going to get easier for you, and there's generally not hints and tricks to make the whole thing easier. The way to beat Dark Souls is to keep playing. And then the phrase itself of get good is to be like, you will get good. Not you have to. But you have to, sure. But the part of that, the grinding, the practice, the learning the boss patterns, the dodging at the right time, the attacking at the right time, learning the game itself, your lessons learned, exactly as Larxa says, that's the method of progression. The main one, at least. And that attitude is often why you'll find a lot of people doing challenge runs like, I'm gonna play this game primarily by a dance pad or the bongo drums from Donkey Kong, or any number of silly sort of ways to play through the game, because the strategy is the same. A lot of the skills are transferable. The skill of practice this, learn the patterns, go slow, think methodically, that's gonna apply whether you're playing via the bongo drums or you're playing on a controller. But I don't like that. I don't like that, and I never have. I think it's also simultaneously used by arseholes to minimize complaints and also minimize questions of accessibility. Like, you're just saying get good, you're making no allowance to the fact that the game itself could be not just easier but more accessible, right? That's a waste. I straight up do not know how to kill these black fans any faster. I think Furion's fire deals more damage. Also don't know why Asuna defaulted to only cast on him and not both. Oh well. We have another slightly longer fight. We get more experience. It's not a bad thing. Except that I keep forgetting to change Fury into Suna. And I don't feel like there's a way to beat... Yeah, now Castanova, come on buddy. I don't feel like there's a way to beat the cockatrices with more skill. When you come up against a wall that is created by the randomness of the game, it like doesn't feel good. It feels like I don't have agency to make this an easier or more interesting or smoother fight. It feels weird that this is the only way forward. Again, it defaults to only on him. But I don't know how to fix that. And many interesting and much more skilled game designers are working on that question for me as well. I also feel like a number of them aren't interested in removing that randomness. That randomness is attractive. It feels good. Sometimes, like, there is a reason Dungeons & Dragons feels swingy, because the base roll is 1d20, and 1d20 is a lot more randomness than some other systems. Specifically, 2d6 has a lot of randomness, but it's got like it's less steep curve. And this is maths and probability. Like, how likely is it that this roll will land on this? Where do I put my damage and concentration? Where do I put my damage curve? And generally, questions better asked of someone who wants to understand the maths behind a role-playing system more than I do. I'm really there for the story. Got an enjoyment of the plot. That Fire 2 from Guide dealt more damage than his Blizzard 6. Feel weak to fire. Our solution is to ask Fury to stop casting Asuna and start casting fire. Maybe a single target rather than multiple. Make no mistake, I'm going to use a cottage and then save after this fight so we don't have to, like... Honestly, it feels like we paid our dues of dying to the Crocker twice. And then fighting some more flames to get that experience back. Maybe we can... Maybe just now I'm insisting we do it the long way to get that back. Guys, Blizzard leveled up. Everyone's HP went up. Everyone got a lot of stuff out of that. It was pretty good. Not forget, use. Yeah. 12 minutes till break too. I feel like we haven't achieved a whole lot this session, and I am vaguely sorry about that. I sincerely hope that you are enjoying the Jimbles ramblings. Yeah. Maybe it's more striking because... Oh, look at that, we found it. Obsidian Cave. Get him. J-Rambles. It's more striking because Pillars of Eternity last night, we had big conversations, lots of voice acting, very thematic, very in deep sort of payoffs, right? Narrative payoff to a lot of the story we've been going through for the White March. Questions were answered, arguments with divinities were heard, and here we're doing random encounters. It again makes me pretty glad that we're not just playing Final Fantasy II. As fun as it is, like, it feels lengthened. Perhaps artificially so compared to Final Fantasy I, which was a real tight story. With 4 episodes, we got through that like quite quickly. I'm not willing. I should save. Just right outside. Saves a bit of time. I did a few seconds ago. Good God, Jimbles. Well, how many of these are going to be empty rooms, do you think? I spy a chest. We gotta go for the chest. Oh boy. Just swing. Swing for the fences. We also can't use all our magic because this is a dungeon. And if we get stuck here, it would be miserable. We'll have to teleport out and run all our way back in. So we'll have only the people who know how to cast fire do things. Thereby leveling up fire too, so it's worth it. Womp. Lovely. That means we're making the hard decisions to not use our basuna. Fuck me. It's kind of interesting that when we come up against a problem I can't YOLO my way through. I'm maybe too stubborn to admit that. Okay, we gotta use spells and oh well, at least they take physical damage from Maria. Perhaps I should be less stubborn and play through slightly slower, or at least with more intent. She's gonna sort of deal with it. But if the whole place is flans, right? That's gonna get annoying. Get him. Okay. Good, right? Jeez. Lila's knife, Guy's fire. Excellent. A gold hairpin. That's the equipment. Resistant to lightning. Yeah, but it lowers attack by significant amounts. Thinking it doesn't attack that much. Let's give him that. Yeah. Why not, right? Hello, Captain. May hear a yelly captain in the background. He's a good kitty. We can't go down there, so let's go that way. So we're, like, right now, I'm hoping. Look at that, enemies you can attack. We have a weakness, and it's casting. Even our whack with a rod. That's so much more satisfying. At least for the short term. Thank you for throwing us a bone, Final Fantasy II random number generator. Fuck you. Bye. Woof. I know. Black garb? Like, I know. Look at that. Defense, magic defense, agility. Guards against physical status amulets such as stone. Amazing. Yes, please. Put that on our healer. Save the day. The worry, the weight that is just lifted from my shoulders. An incredible amount. Admiration and thanks retracted. Well, I shouldn't have run from that. Captain came to yell at you, yell at me because you wouldn't let him have chili. Sin. Cat demands chili. We could kill these fuckers, couldn't we? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get some revenge on these cockatoises. Cockatrice. Ah, yes, we have no reason to be terrified, because Firion can't be stoned to death. Our healer will survive. Yes, we have no need to be terrified anymore. Our healer can cast a Sooner on the rest of the party, and they cannot. We can YOLO our way through at least the Cockatrice fights now. A weight was lifted from my shoulders. Look at that duplicate! It's a Firion! What did the... We're gonna go into this empty room. We're gonna go into the trap room, and I know it's gonna be a trap, and it's gonna feel silly, and we're gonna do it anyway. Thanks, Final Fantasy II. So far, this game, not rating as highly as 1. I'm gonna change our Go Live message from our oh-so-charming adventure to our occasionally frustrating adventure, because, let's face it, it deserves it. Come on. Alright, so he still gets poisoned. That status element isn't going anywhere. You get owned. You get owned. You get owned. You get owned. Go. Bloody flans! There's a cutscene at the beginning of Final Fantasy X which explicitly explains that, like, flans are resistant to damage. You need to use a caster to deal with them. Resistant to physical damage. You need to use a cast a spell of the elemental weakness that they are actually weak to get it done. And that tutorial? Great. Excellent idea. Glad they did that. Here we've got to bingle bangle bongle our way through. Generally not a good sign. And... oh, fuck. These are the ones that paralyzed us to death, weren't they? That hilarious time. He's hoping paralyzed is protected. A lot of health. Yeah, thankfully no blood flan. That doesn't sound good. Even though a few of them have landed attacks, we haven't been paralyzed yet, so it could be worse, right? Cool, let's get out of here. Yeah. Like, I liked that tutorial. I watched a short video of someone who did some extra grinding, like a lot of grinding, and got to the point where even though the game automates an attack from Tidus... Fuck this, we're running as soon as we can. Tidus could still one-shot them. And the game has an inbuilt, like... oh, I had auto... yeah, whoops. The game has an auto way to compensate for that, and it plays the dialogue on how to survive them anyway. But then... now that so many of them run and we've beat them to death, we might as well just finish it, right? Oh, it's up. Okay, jeez. Cool. The game compensates and is like, okay, well, we'll play, like, it doesn't compensate, it just lets it go through. But later in it does, it just plays a cutscene anyway, and animates a monster not reacting to the way it normally does. And I don't know, if you're really big into video game development and how that sort of works, it could be interesting. It really depends on how I'm feeling on the day, whether I find it interesting or not. Which is why I didn't follow the guy's channel on YouTube, where he explains this sort of thing and goes through it all. Full heal through the power of Gil. No random encounter before. Yeah, the clone. Well, we gotta talk to Firion, right? Oh, no, we don't, because it is exactly 8:30, which means it is break time. Sorry, everyone in the VODs, I didn't mean to dangle you on a cliffhanger there, but we'll be back in 10 minutes. I'll see you at 8:40 and I'll come back with a cool drink. See you soon. We're back! Welcome back. So let's jump into chatting for a second so I have a slightly larger camera. A first-time chat from viewer. The message was deleted by a moderator. Thank you, dead man. I'm glad you got that. I imagine a spam bot? I missed it entirely. Anyway, today we have this, which you can't read, but it was poured into this. This is a mandarin and strawberry gum Negroni. I was in one of my favourite bottle shops this afternoon on the way home from work, because I wanted to pick up something for Emma. And they had this pre-made Negroni mix just on the bench. I'm like, yeah, let's give it a try. I haven't had a Negroni in some time. We'll see what it's like. And this Mandarin and Strawberry Gum Negroni, very lovely drink. Does deserve and demand to be garnished with a lemon, so I did so. Put in a highball with some ice. Very simple. Honestly, I would prefer to make it myself next time. But it is a lovely taste. It is gin, marionette bitter, Medenzee and Cinzano vermouth, mandarin oil, strawberry gum tincture, and water. So it's got a series of garnishes, but primarily is a Negroni. It's got Cinzano vermouth and gin. Lovely drink. Very bitter, which I like. I gave it to Emma and she said strong, very strong. I'm like, yep. But balanced, it's a strong balance. I added, the lemon really helped too, so maybe she missed out. Oh well. No, I don't want to buy followers. There were a few days where I was like anxiously hoping maybe I should buy followers and get up to 50 and become an affiliate, but like that wouldn't fucking work. Twitch would see through that immediately. And it wouldn't feel as nice. Instead, let's like dab about, be ridiculously flirty, and just chill while we play Final Fantasy II. And speaking of, let's talk to ourselves. The doppelganger is motionless. The purity of Firian's heart is stifling the defiled heart of the creature. Purity of Firian's heart. Well, how do you feel about masks? You don't want to have an extended dialogue around the simulacra and simulacrum? Oh, alright. Let's put the black mask on it. You place the black mask on the doppelganger. The sound as the mask touched it, as it just went blip, is just really funny. Ugh, the mask and the creature vanished. So the mask is gone? That's all we needed it for? We put it on a doppelganger and then we fuck off? We spent a long time in that ridiculous dungeon down there. Also, Maria has been on level 11 on her swords for a very long time. How do we get that chest? Look at that chest, top right. How do we get that chest? I want the chest. How do we get the chest to the top right? Okay. Hidden wall. Hidden wall, invisible wall. Okay, we're gonna go poke that wall to see if we can get through. I shouldn't be so rabid about the chests, given, like... Hidden door, maybe? No. Do not be afraid, Jimbles. Firian is immune to the cockatrice's curse. Fuck. Such arrogance, child. You thought your black garb would save you? Oh my word. Black garb. Guards against. I guess it's not perfect, is it? I got too cockatricey. Okay, anyone who is on the Twitch interface and would like to say, clip me laughing about how we no longer need to be afraid of stone, and then getting fucking stoned by cockatrice, it's just perfect. If no one does, I will. I'll take a clip of it later tonight. Oh, we found a way down already? No, we're not going that way. We got chests to grab. How? There's a button on the interface that's like, clip that. And then it acts much like other video and audio editors in that you drag bar selections to say what section you are clipping. And it takes a bit of time, and obviously it would put you behind in tonight's broadcast, so I understand if you don't want to. I'm now once again looking at the cockatrices with fear. Not that much fear. Or on mobile. Yeah, I don't think you'd be able to do it on mobile. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I don't know. That's up to you. I'll take a look at it tonight. There's nothing wrong with clipping it myself. Oh, the big fancy streamers just yell, "Hey, clip that chat!" and then other people do it for them. Which, oh fuck. Much like everyone else doing your labor for you is great, till you run out of other people's labor. Kill! Another round. Now the stubbornness has turned into, I want to destroy the black flans, as opposed to... Alright, this'll do it. No? What stubborn little shits? Die, fiend! There you go. It's leveling up a sooner. It's leveling up a sooner. It's worth it. I think there are less flans on this floor. I say, perhaps, inviting ridiculous terror, but I hope so. I hope there are less flans on this floor. I'll accept less flans on more cockatrices, because cockatrices are exciting and dangerous. Make us feel like we could hilariously die. Another power staff. Luxie, thank you very much for trying. I hope you got it. I hope it feels fantastic. If you didn't, I won't hold it against you, don't worry. Ah! An empty room! Amazing! Well, now he bonks twice. I mean, it may reduce his magic power by a little bit, but it seems like it's worth it. Come on, Maria, push to level 12 magic. Sword magic. A Malboro! Oh, my friends, look at it! That thing we destroyed very quickly. It's a classic Final Fantasy monster. It appears everywhere and then dropped an ether. Nice. Oh, whoop. Why did I do that? I ran back and forth through just to say, hey look, it's an invisible... Did not get it? Didn't give you enough time. Okay, well, there you go. I guess you are forearmed for the next time you wish to clip something hilarious. No one uses lances in our party right now. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Double bonk. Excellent. Malboros, right? So what they do is... Their most important thing is that they cast something or use the ability Bad Breath. And Bad Breath and Malboros, like, they... Okay, take a look at them. All the way back there. They're a mouth with teeth and tentacles. Right. They're not exactly beholders because, like, they've got a central mouth instead of central teeth. But they are explicitly named after cigarettes. Yes, Luxie, exactly. And they cast Bad Breath because they give you bad breath, which is a funny statement because there are a lot of smokers in Japan, much more than than other nations. I don't know if that's still the case, but it was a statement when Final Fantasy II came out to name your monster after a brand of cigarette that gave you bad breath. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, last time I was there, but I wasn't specifically paying attention to it. This is honestly something Deadman could provide some insight on, because he actually smokes. I mean, as far as I know, he may have quit since the last time I checked. I live in hope. I say, with a cocktail right in front of me. We've all got our vices. But with the excessive taxation on the luxury that is a cigarette, I don't like it. I think that sucks. I think we shouldn't tax people's coping mechanisms as heavy as we do, even if we don't like that coping mechanism. It's just shitty. Oh well. Anyway, the bad breath ability, which I don't know if it'll use because it just appeared to just use a regular attack, it hits you, at least in later Final Fantasies, with every status effect it can think of. It just fucking smacks like you've as many as it can think of. Why do I do this? Why do I insist on going into every room? Oh well. Oh, Furion is still flee. Okay, cool. And so it's classic as in, like, we're going back and we're looking for we're going back to the series to see what things become iconic, what gets used everywhere, what gets repeated and what gets thrown away as the series develops. And monster design, some of them, like, I've never seen that parasite thing, which appears to be a tentacle with an eye, but anywhere else. But we have the Marlboro again. Not mad about taxing addictions, yeah, but it doesn't work, you know? The idea is that if it's supposed to be a deterrent due to cost, well, it doesn't fucking work, does it? I think we would get a lot more satisfying tax money to spend on things, hopefully, that aren't violence, by taxing billionaires and not products. Disproportionate impact on particular populations. Yeah, exactly, you know? Addictions and substances as coping mechanisms affect people harder. Like, I don't want to say the worse your life is, but the more stress you have in life, right? It's the more likely it is that you'll reach for a coping mechanism that perhaps is not great for you. I know that when I'm not mentally stable because I don't have decent work, or I'm disconnected from the work I'm doing, or I'm physically in a lot of pain, or anything that makes me worse off, I indulge in my addictions more. I don't reach for something as a comfort when I'm in a good state. I'm more likely to use these sort of, like, coping mechanisms when I honestly need something else. And so it feels shitty to me that the coping mechanisms that, and addictions, or addictions you gain from using a coping mechanism, are gonna cost you so much. And you can say if cigarettes cost you physically, and they do, they're fucking shitty for you. They cost you physically and also gonna cost you monetarily. And if one of the things you're stressed about is because you do not have a good job, that substance that you're relying on as a crutch or can't toss away, costing you more money is just a bad thing. Jimbles rants. Gets political on stream. Oh well. Oh. Yeah, that's sad, Luxy. That's sad and hard, you know? And responsibility that a friend in high school hopefully shouldn't have to bear. Sometimes that's just how it shakes out. Okay, so Japan has a stringent outside smoking ordinance. Okay, so then they have inside smoking sections, which can be helpful if you like don't want to go out into the rain and cold, right? That would suck. I think that's just part of. Oh well. Got him. I wonder if the levels of spells above 10 come really slowly on purpose. These bombs have a lot of hit points. So we're gonna get 2 of them off, do you think? None. Great. Lovely, I'll take that as a success. An ogre killer. That's a knife. Knife. An axe. He's already got one, I can't believe I forgot. The ancient sword is not dealing much damage. Let's swap him to axe and axe, huh? Yeah, let's give that a go. Because the sword isn't dealing much damage, and I want to... Oh, jeez. Yeah! Hello, Captain. Row 2-2. That is sad as hell, Luxie. But, good story. Thank you for sharing. I do appreciate it. Yeah, Guy is now wrecking face with those dual axes, even though... I guess it's the same level as sword. Still, very good. Not sure how that happened. So we're no longer super excited to see Malboros because they're showing up as random encounters. But let's go down. 4th level. Alright. I bet that's an empty room down there, but we're still going to go through it. I'm more sad as hell where that came from. Feel free to. Bonk. Those are the jellies we can take more of, right? The weak ones that just come in packs of other magic, physical resist enemies. Captain's probably aware of his own meow, so he won't, like, meow at me, wander back into the living room, be meowed at by another cat, and freak out the way Queenie and Kipper the dog reacted on other streams. But funny, still. That is rough. Okay, let's go. So, remember how all the time one of the main conceits I say with CRPGs, computer role-playing games, is that you can, like, do more combat in a computer role-playing game than you can at the tabletop because combat takes so much longer in person than on tabletop. Nearly every role-playing game I've ever had. There are much more lethal role-playing games, and that's less fun, in my opinion. Here's where we hit the other part of that as well. Like, at this point, does it feel like Final Fantasy II is using random encounters to pad out the game in a way that is unsatisfying? Because I'll admit, when I was making a drink, I was thinking, not much is happening in Final Fantasy II right now. We've had some minor plot developments. We picked up the mask, we've gone to Mysidia. I'm quite interested to see what happens with, like, the statue, right? Like, that's cool. But we're... Wow, that's not an empty room. I lied. But... Scourge 16. They're casting max level Scourge at us. Jeez. Oh wow, there's even a shortcut. Okay. I was making a drink and I honestly said that I feel like not much is happening in Final Fantasy 2. And it's lasting longer, yes, than Final Fantasy 1, which, when you needed to really make your game purchases feel, because games are comparatively slightly more expensive than they are now, even though game pricing now is crazy high. You need to make it feel worthwhile. You need to make it in the hours, especially when stories were limited. It's a non-empty room. Amazing. The Bell of Silence. Wow. Silence is the target. Okay, yeah. A big game was just a log game. Yeah, it wasn't full of content. Well, it still could be, but perhaps less likely to. It was more likely to be full of padding. And there are lots of different enemies we're fighting. We're seeing a lot of different enemy types, their sprites, their fights, you know. That's there and pleasant, but it's not. It's less engaging, right? Because we're not playing strictly for the combat. Emma, you can subscribe and it'll make me feel good, and it'll pad my Twitch numbers too, and Twitch might be like, we should put this Professor Jimbles guy higher in the algorithm, because so far, at least one person has subscribed every stream since we made him an affiliate. I'm like, that can't hurt. But it is essentially potentially giving me money way down, giving yourself money through our bank account months down the track by giving like half or more of it to Amazon. and stubbornly banging at this jelly, hopefully letting it die. Yeah, you know, Twitch's take, which part of it goes to Amazon, like, it's not an amazing move, but I don't think it's so silly that, you know, you should not do it. Because I do plenty of silly things for both of us. You deserve it. No, I will not buy you a pony. I wouldn't even buy you access to a pony. Oh, wow, monsters. Bye. She does deserve a pony, that's true. Absolutely does. But as someone who has had a pony in the past, I don't want another pony. There are a lot of near constant work. Drain term. I'm not using it. Ponies not only near constant work, they also require near constant attention. And not to be too rude or reveal everything about one of my beloved partners on stream, but as you have ADHD, I will end up assisting with the pony and providing or doing at least part of that work. I'm not interested. Oh, like Marvel, she says. Yeah, but like the first Dashin was actually, it wasn't my idea, like entirely, that would be lying, but I really wanted a Dashin for many years and you made it happen, and then we got Toby. He's a lovely dog, but like he was a fantastic dog. I'm glad we have him. We've kept up by, you know, getting Marvel after Toby, but hyperfixate from spite. Isn't like one of the hallmarks of hyperfixation is that it's a temporary thing? How long would you realistically hyperfixate for, is the question. I think the yellow jellies take 0 damage unless we crit, and then they've got such little hit points that they die immediately. Not necessarily. A permanent hyperfixation. Well, you could stop once the pony dies. A mostly permanent type of fixation due to pony death. Rip, pony, whoever you were. Horses last 15 to like 25 years or so. Good on him. I don't wish death upon a horse, hypothetical or otherwise. Horse or pony. Doesn't matter the size of the animal, I don't really wish death upon it. That would be a bit mean. Bonk, 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 bonk. Spoiler, viewer. Emma doesn't get a pony, and therefore the pony lives forever. What a healthy way to look at things. Should have kept going up. Oh well, let's go. F's in chat for hypothetical pony. You lived so well. While hypothetical pony only exists in our minds, we can continue stating, like, we can continue believing that the pony lived forever and is free and beautiful and runs across the fields. Ah, death flowers. Yes, these things confuse your highest damage dealer, and then fucking wrecks the rest of the party. Are you ready to die this late into a dungeon? Please deal with the death flower. Okay, good. Now, hopefully Maria won't friggin' sword lesbian the rest of us to death. Oh, okay, little context. Why do I keep calling Maria a sword lesbian? One, she uses swords. She appears to be femme. That's essentially as far forward as I thought. And there is a good trope in queer communities about, like, lesbians use swords. Better than just assuming they're going to use only yonic weapons. That's a dumb thing. But, yeah, and it's funny. But additionally, there was a tabletop role-playing game called Thirsty Sword Lesbians, which is far better than it has any right to be with a name that silly. Oh, damn it. But critical support to Thirsty Sword Lesbians and Evil Hat Press that made it, because it's a really well-written game that handles consent really quite well, and is an indie darling, so good on them. And so lesbians entered the lexicon, because we talk about role-playing games on this stream a bunch. Well, lesbians only use slingshots. Yeah, and like whips and like lariats and nets and what else? Like, it's a circlet Xena uses. Why can't I remember the name of the weapon? I'll feel really bad. I mean, if you're kinky enough, you can get away with the cestus, which is a kind of fist weapon. No comment. Just a lot of implication. Okay, alright, cool. I was thinking for a second, isn't this the only door out of here? Have we not... Are we fucked? And... like, are we fucked now? How do we get out of here? And then I realized one of these chests might contain a crystal rod, and then we can just teleport our way out of here. Fingers crossed, right? Okay. Drain tome. Osmo's tome. Thank fuck, right? Okay, let's get out of here. You found a crystal rod in the chest. Let's get the fuck out of here. Chakram! Emma, thank you. Yes, exactly. Wow. Yeah, and remember the teleport really damages Firion. That's probably what the higher level does. It reduces it increases the chance of it working on enemies, and stops you from just Die immediately. I mean, it could be worse. What if we ran into 8 cockatrices and then immediately die? Right? How would we feel after that? Not so good? Silly? I would feel silly. Damn it! Now that everyone's had their turn... Stop it! Flee! Right, good. Tiny second of delay while that last chest opened. Yeah, I mean, it did have a dramatic effect as well. I wanted to open the last chest because it felt more likely to have it in it. We gotta have the drama, otherwise why are we playing? And why are we gonna have drama when we can have melodrama? Only 3 black flame this time, but we're gonna run again. Much faster when you don't accidentally, like, make him attack multiple times. Let's go. Alright. I felt bad. Probably could have beat that guy up real easy. There's 5 brains floating midair. Much like a bully in the real world, we cannot get satisfaction from the things we actually dislike, flans. So we're going to get satisfaction on you, the things we can kill with a single round. That feels bad. Oh well. We're gonna go talk to a statue of a goddess, give her a good crystal rod, and then we're gonna take it to it. Oh no! Ambushed by Cocker twice. I'm just running. I just think it's I just think it's safer. I just don't want to have to do all of that dungeon again. I don't know how much of that dungeon we would have to redo if we died now. Just gonna do a thing while we... Okay. Oh boy. It's just worrying. He no longer has the mana to cast. Good job. And here we go. Never been so tense as dealing with those cockatrices. It's very dangerous. I've been politely corrected. 18 to 32 years for horses. These beautiful, majestic creatures. They can last forever. What are we gonna do? That's right, we're doing it. The end of game, we're gonna make ridiculous purchases. Yep, that's it. You see it, you see what's happening here. Yeah, that's right. I hope you're proud of yourself. I mean, I am. So many horses. Alright, I brought you a rod. Wait, no, do I not? Okay, what? I guess we just go straight up take the rod directly to the tower. Alright. Oh man, that means we didn't even need to have to... We didn't even need to come here. Now we just gotta go back to the ship. Alright, well. Back to the ship. Fucking hell. Officially, Professor Jimbles' statement on this continent. Fuck this place. God. Alright, whoops. Alright. Can't allow that. I hope Maker's very proud of us remembering to level our spells. Alright, well, we didn't need to do that. Come on. 30 to 50 feral horses. I would prefer to have feral horses than feral boars. Feral horses are bad for the environment, feral boars are bad for the environment and your face. So could be worse, that's what I'm saying. I think it's crazy that Maria hasn't increased her sword level again. I hope it's not something stupid like she can't increase her sword level, she's capped at rank 11, and because she's not supposed to be good at swords. That would make me quite sad indeed. Like annoyingly sad, like spend time grinding off camera so that we can finish the game on stream faster and then complain about it together while we move into Final Fantasy III where no such restrictions happen. God, I'm excited for the combat and leveling system in Final Fantasy III. Not combat so much, but leveling. It's a job system, right? We're gonna get to do the thing I love the concept of, but are too anxious to do in real life, and that's have the idea of a job system so your costume... Ooh. Oh no! What is this? No. No way. I think we're gonna get attacked by Leviathan as like a boss fight, because there wasn't a boss at the last... Where are we? Lila? Lila's missing. And that's it. Wow. This is probably a stomach. Where are we? Leviathan, first floor. We're inside Leviathan. Manta rays now. Sea dragons. It's not too dangerous. Okay, we can take him. This battlefield background, Betrayal Fang, is really good. Like... Confused. Okay, that's all. Guts, yeah. But it's also got stomach acid. We're doing the pain floor thing again. But look at... I'm quite impressed by this battlefield background. That's really cool. It looks just so meaty. The mental status ailments such as sleep. Well, I think we need to put the twist headband. Attack and defense goes up. Magic defense and evasion goes... Whatever. Honest... Oh, wait. It doesn't lower attack. Mental status elements may be confused. Yes, Luxie! Exactly! I bet it is. I bet it is. And then... Oh, look, it took the gear off Lila. That's good. God, that could be really helpful. Even if it's not permanently protect, some sort of defense would be really helpful to us. More painful stuff. Because, you know, it'd be really nice for Maria to not have like a loaded gun in Maria that could be turned against us at any point with a confuse or other mental status effect. Great. Jimbles. Power sash. What's that? They're gearing us up, which means we're in trouble, but still. Psychic status helmets. Darkness is a psychic effect, okay. But it enhances strength, so still, I think... Ooh, look at that attack. Well, you're gonna get flame over then. I wish this was a perfect protection. But it's not. A stone betrayal. Thought they saved us. Kept us safe. We'll see. At least these enemies don't appear to be ridiculously difficult. I say, asking for trouble. So, like, if we're not in a volcano, this is... Oh! Look at that door! Please, friends. Gaze at the sphincter. Surrounded by ribs, yes. And watch it open. I hope we were gentle. Okay, well there are people to help over there. What are they doing inside this stomach? Who are you? There's a whole civilization down here. We're inside Leviathan's stomach. Wow. Well, you're clearly a plot character. Is that the Dark Knight we've seen before? Leviathan swallowed us all. Power armlet. Ooh, a good power armlet. Thieves' gloves. Enhances strength. Yeah, alright. You're gonna wreck him next fight. Chilling out and furnishings. Jimbles, Emma says. What did I do? Is it because I just described a sphincter? Ricard. New arrivals, eh? So who are you? Mask? Ultima? Where'd you hear about that? He knows what Ultima is? Lila is missing. Have I checked my butthole? Have you checked your butthole? Oh boy. I've been to Mysidia. It's a town full of mages. Wyverns, what about them? What's with you people? Dragoons. As a matter of fact, I am a dragoon. The dragoons and the wyverns have all been destroyed? That's absurd. Oh no, buddy. Well, he's not a Dark Knight. He's just wearing dragoon armor. Airship. Mithril. You're not going to get out of my way, are you, buddy? Well, I know what to do. I'll show you a canoe. Okay. So you guys were also after the ultimate tone when you got swallowed. Actually, let's give Ricard a voice. So you guys were also after the ultimate tomb when you got swallowed up. Well, since we're looking for the same thing, we might as well team up. There's a boat up ahead, but there's also one tough monster standing in our way. Who knows? Together we might be able to take it down. The Dragoon Ricard has joined the party! Jeez, look at that! Hey, Ricard. Also, I see that there are only 3 of you. Cool portrait, buddy! You've got such low fucking hit points, what the hell? The flame lance I was gonna equip you with, you've already got, I think. But you like these shields, can I equip you with? Let's give you a nice shield then. He's well geared, that's for sure. Let's give him extra attack, but whew, oh boy. Alright, well that's terrible. Look at that. Can't dual wield lances. No, yes I can. Spear, there you go. Why doesn't it want me to let him have 2 flame lances? Yeah, who needs a shield? Shields are for sillies. Let's give him extra attack and not magic defense. And let's go. Alright. Optimize is a terrible thing, we'll never use it. Does he have any magic on him? Nope? Okay. Also cannot use magic. In Batman, he'll fight a dragoon. Alright, Ricard, let's cause some trouble. We were swallowed whole. Can I rest here? Right when the Leviathan opens its mouth, there's a second where we could escape, but it's just too many monsters. Alright, well I'll try and kill the monsters so you can get out of here, okay? Jeez. Hope Lila's okay. 10 years I've been living here. There's no way out, I'm sure of it. The sooner you give up and accept it, the easier it'll be for you. Leviathan is the beast that protects the seal of the tower. It looks like it swallows up anyone who has a crystal rod. See, I've got a crystal rod right here. Excuse me, old man? Terrible. None of this would have ever happened if we weren't for that old man and his stupid crystal rod. No comment. Well, this is just great, isn't it? Are we supposed to live out the rest of our lives in here? No, I'm gonna fight our way out of here. Tickle his sphincter and let's get on through. This is a different coloured pain floor. Do you think it hurts more? Oh, look at that sprite up for a card. Hey, buddy. Decent damage with each flame lance, not bad. He's not as straight up overpowered as the rest of us, but we've been doing grinding in ridiculous ways because I'm not good at this game. Gaia Blade. Well, it's a blade, right? Power of the Earth that is effective against grounded enemies. Okay, and this is effective against flying enemies, so Gaia Blade and Wing Sword. Perfect. Throw Curatus. Is this its mouth because of all these teeth? There's got to be more to the dungeon than this, right? You wander in, you meet Ricard, you leave. That's it? Wow, that bonkfish hurt a lot. Get him. Come on, deal with the boltfish. Good. Very instable. And Ricard's health went up. Thank fucking Christ. Just a little bit, but good God. 581? He could be one-shot by anything. Look at that! That's amazing. I say, walking directly away from the enemy. It's scary. That's very Dragoon of them. All attack, no defense. Monsters! How could I have seen this coming? I think we can all... Yeah, we can attack our way through, right? Red Soul's not that powerful. Not when the grounded enemy bonus smacks them up. Cool. Good job, guy. You do speak Beaver. Diamond Shield. Less lightning damage. Alright, look at that enemy. This sprite design... Oh, Jimbles, come on, buddy. It's just there was a dialogue box covering up the sprite I was about to rant about, so I didn't want to... Anyway. Bonk. Excellent. I do occasionally wonder if I'm too overpowered, like, am I reducing... Because I'm grinding too much, am I reducing the impact of the game? That difficult fights are supposed to be stressful, are they no longer interesting? Anyway. That, like, design, this giant large worm, is used in many other Final Fantasies as well. Sometimes they're really big bosses, sometimes it's just random enemies. Anyway, let's fight it. Here it is, a round worm. Really? Make it past this thing and we can get the hell out of here on that boat. Ah! Boss fight monster sound. Okay. We don't need to cast Blink. Let's go against elemental attacks and status elements, just at first. Maria should open up with damage, because she's just good at that. Aura makes us all better at things. Guy, you do that. Lila doesn't have Blink. Because we don't... Well, Lila has Blink, we don't have Lila. It's Ricard. Ricard just attacks, deals damage. Not sure why Barrier missed on Virion. There you go. Raising defense. Get Guy to do some damage. Maria's like first sword is dealing a lot, and the second one is not at all. Well, life could use a level up. He just bites it so fast, you know? We put Protect on him, hopefully so we can last longer. He's got protection, he should last longer, right? Like, Maria could be pulling out some healing, but it just doesn't seem worth it when she's dealing the majority of our damage, taking care of the bosses. So, like, when you think of boss design, a creature that deals a large amount of damage in a single strike is less interesting when someone gives a different kind of challenge. Knocking out Ricard, like, I'm thinking very specifically on tabletop here as well. Like, knocking someone out of the fight is great tactics, but it's boring to play against. Because that player is down and out. What do they do? Even if you can res in combat, a single strike, large single damage, not as interesting as, like, especially on tabletop, status effects, affecting the battlefield, slowing people, making it harder for them to do their things, not just knocking them down. Actually, weirdly enough, a good opportunity would be to trip and knock them down. They can spend an action getting up. Yeah, puzzle bosses are also good in tabletops as well, underutilized. Escape by ship? Yes. Yeah, of course. Neat. What a neat little dungeon. And then we still got Ricard with us. If I wasn't playing with you guys, I would literally walk around in circles and level up Ricard for a bit, but like, it's 29 minutes until we finish for the night. Let's use the crystal rod, like wave our rod in the air, shake it back and forth, and perhaps something, a bright light or some whiteness will appear out of nowhere and we can enter the tower. I'm not sorry. Chest. Well, to get that top chest, that might be a little frustrating. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Heal Gigas. These guys weren't that powerful, were they? To impress a god, do the helicopter rod. Yeah. Well, Giant's gloves just there. Well, we unsealed the tower with our rod. We can't hold anymore because we're out of ethers. Whoops. Well, we haven't seen that before. I guess we can count that as 100% completion, right? Bonk. Bonk. Lovely. Good. Because we're here to unlock the... Oh, Bighorn's back. Hey, buddy. Tough one. I, weirdly enough, was kind of expecting just a staff. A completely different set of enemies, which are infinitely more powerful. Like, you're gonna need to grind before you walk in here, buddy. Staff is just not there. So I guess I'm kind of glad it's not, because I'm not super in the mood to grind for a wooden staff. It's just not that powerful. Okay. What a great chest for us to open. Haha. The vampire girl's back! Hey! How you doing? Bye. I guess I'm just not in the mood for Final Fantasy II to say, well, have fun. I hope you enjoy grinding for a while. White robe. Guards against elemental attacks and status elements. Fantastic. Less physical damage. Whatever, he's in the back row. It should be fine. So, good on Final Fantasy II for correctly estimating my patience with the game right now. Because while it's a lot of fun playing it with everyone here on stream, I would be playing it with a TV show or something in the background. So I could... And pausing. Ah, imp! And pausing it every time there's, like, dialogue, something to read and get through, but otherwise, man, the gameplay itself has lost me. I understand the combat system, or I've at least solved it in my way that allows me to beat most challenges. YOLO. That is my current strategy, and may be my strategy for a long time. So, you got me. This is it. Let's not spend too long on it, right? I wouldn't want to fight for ultra bosses or the most difficult mechanical challenges here, because the harder challenges we've fought haven't felt really fair, right? The hardest thing so far has been the flans, which take a while unless you're paying attention, or the cockatrices. The random status effects that fuck us up for a while, and we die and have to load our save. That's no fun. God. Flame bow. Flame lance. Well, we got so many flame lances Ricard's using too, baby. I had to say the word flan, now didn't I, huh? I'd say the word flan, and here they are to ruin our day. Flan. Get him. Whoops. No, damn it. Damn it. Okay. I know. It's embarrassing beyond belief, let me tell you. Well, it'll allow us to use a cottage. We can get up to the second floor pretty quickly. I'm pretty sure it's just a straight run forward. And we'll get back to the same spot. We're not too put out, don't worry. So we're at 19, we didn't make that much progress. I don't think we'll lose anything. It's not a straight run forward. I think it's just always a little more kinky than we expect. I hope you saw that bullshit. Werewolf hits you for 50 and then poisons you for 200. Okay. Right. Let's not go to that door yet. Let's go south and pick up that chest. And then into the empty room. Almost certainly an empty room, but we're going to do it anyway. Because we are nothing if not stubborn. We walk into every room, we see what awaits us, and then regret that decision. But do it anyway! Because what would I be if I didn't let you into every room and let you see the entire game of Final Fantasy II? If we did not do nearly all side quests and pillars except like the ones where we have to help the cops because fuck them, I would be a less, probably more succinct, but a less good streamer. Be a different experience. You wouldn't be getting the authentic Jimbles way of walking into every room, which is what I do when I'm playing even by myself. Honestly, the playstyles don't differ that much when I'm playing not on stream. I don't get a sore throat at the end of it. Because gotta admit, especially in Final Fantasy II, it's kind of like I'm just talking for 3 hours straight. With a 10-minute break in the middle. You could stream Beat Saber and then I'd be like exercising for 3 hours straight. 3 hours by. The face cam would have to be in a very different spot to capture me appropriately playing Beat Saber. Any Beat Saber stream or recording of a stream I've seen has a completely different setup. Camera and like... Actually, I think it's a third VR base station that allows you to track full body movement appropriately and set it up as an overlay. Well, now I'm going to investigate how difficult it is to record Beat Saber VR. Though it would model my body and put that on camera. And I don't know if we really want that. I don't know if I want that. I'd be too self-conscious, wouldn't I? The answer is yes. Deadman. Yeah, Beat Saber VTuber. God, I got thoughts on VTubers. I think it's great the technology exists to map facial expressions onto two-dimensional or even three-dimensional models. That's fucking cool as hell. Professor Lando, shout out to Professor Lando of Lingwing University. Go fighting cat boys. Had a good segment on what the draw is of VTubers, and I certainly recognize that the draw of having a manufactured persona as a form of entertainment is interesting. That's fascinating. I think that's very cool. That sounds like way too much effort for me, and since nearly every VTuber I've come across is more inspired by anime, I feel like I'm not the appropriate target market for them. That's all. A basilisk! Look at that little guy! I hope that's not its eye that has fallen out. Oh, we killed it too fast. Oh. And another vampire girl! Baby, that's a vampire woman. Card is not that useful. Lava! On the 3rd floor of a tower. I don't think that's very appropriate. Just take a quick look at the health, like, maybe just one of them. Look at, like, Variance health, 2825. 2824. It's reducing the hit points by 1 each step. That's nothing. That's fine. No, no, no! Oh, man. I wanted to continue exploring. What's in this room? I bet it's just empty anyway. The first step we take on regular land, we get a random encounter. Do you think it's the same rules as Final Fantasy 1 where you don't get random encounters on Pain Floor? And if so, I'd rather take 1 damage to all characters each step than the time it takes to have a random encounter. Oh, I'm really over Final Fantasy 2. Can we not see that now? If I'm saying that I'd rather do something faster? That's not a good sign. Oh, fuck. Flame Sword. Flame Sword? Yeah! Nice. Vampire VTuber. Yeah, Vampire VTuber sounds pretty good. I can live with that. That sounds cool. Yeah, we're well and truly over the combat. I mean, I'm speaking for all of you. Perhaps I shouldn't, but, like, I'm done, baby. Flame Sword looks cool. That was very cool indeed. But I'm no longer in this to see what's new and unique. Like new and unique sprites, sure. Cool stuff, but man, we gotta get through this. Which is why I think I am considering doing a bit of grinding later. Get Ricard up to a useful state, and then we'll... And so the next stream, like, would be one-shotting things to finish the game. And never into that combat to begin with. This one more thin. Yeah, it's also, it doesn't hurt that the mechanics aren't that particularly interesting, and in practice, when we're not like doing specific builds, we're not grinding to exploit, we're not doing interesting things with the combat, The way I'm playing it, at least, it's exactly the same as Final Fantasy 1, which we just did, right? That's not good. A dude! Mage, you made good progress, but you must defeat me if you wish to continue your ascent. Step, 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 step. Vibrate, turn blurry. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I love that. Let's add a raw fire gigas. Oh, you're going to be great. Oh, I bet you hit people hard. So let's cast Protect on our people. Maria's going to attack. Guy with the dual giant attack, a giant killer axes, is going to wreck this guy. There's more of it. Too much more. Yeah, there is a lot for combat. A lot of random encounters. It feels like every few steps. Look at that extra damage. 564. Alright, so he hits hard. Cool, but is that all? Let's raise evasion on our peeps. And do auto battle, because... Yeah, look at that. Alright. You must defeat me if you can get the magic. Alright, I will. Okay. Maria's sword is 12. I didn't see that go up. That's fantastic. Good job, Maria. I mean, Fear and Protect went up too, sure, whatever. But, like... No! What a fucking tease. I guess it is a tall tower on the map, right? We saw it. It goes up and up and up. Oh, whoops, you're gonna cast Blink. He's gonna cast Blink again as soon as the next fight starts too, because they didn't turn off auto battle. LOL. Bonk bonk. The imps look suitably imposing and also not terrifying at the same time. That's pretty good. Oh, we're also down, so we're not going to need to remove the poison. And I like to see Maria wrecking face with that sword. 5th floor. There's only a chest here. Okay, well let's take some more pain floors. To not get random encounters. Revenants, Shimmerers, Spectres. Not particularly new. Alright, let's go. We can do this. Icelands. Well, we've got to do this, right? Gotta. And we will in fact do it in the other direction. Yeah. Ice Lance first because it deals more damage, and then Flame Lance. That's just thematically badass. The dual lances of fire and ice. Jeez! That Ice Lance is not kidding around. I think it's pretty funny that he dual wields lances at the moment, right? More traditionally, you should have a lance and a shield, but that sounds silly. Not all appropriate. Who wants defense when you can instead stab? More importantly, get twice the amount of experience to level up the lances so he can finally deal more damage in combat. He's got low hit points, which could really use more, and he just doesn't deal as much damage as our overly ground damage, right? Furion wrecks face, and he's our caster. Ice Gloves. What do you think Ice Gloves do, huh? Resistant to fire, has some defense. Let's attack though. Let's do that, yeah. We won't lose attack, lose quite a bit of evasion though. Well, let's not do it then. Not unless we know we're about to not unless we know we're about to fight or face a dangerous fire monster. Let's just keep going how we're going. Maybe it seems passé like, or maybe too predictable to claim that a Final Fantasy game is lasting too long and going a bit beyond its welcome, but it's just how I feel, right? This could have been more succinct, or not even more succinct. Just, if there weren't so many random encounters, that'd do it. Come on. Cool. I don't want to fight that. Mooses, red soul, black flag, no thanks. They also provide a way to avoid random encounters in later Final Fantasy games. They put them on the world map so you can just see them and you run away from them if you don't want to fight them. And like, that's pretty good to be able to choose. Even when they like run at you, it's relatively worthwhile to have a way to avoid them. They're unrelenting, they're not super challenging, or challenging in an interesting way. Yeah, you know? And because we're fighting all of them and we're not running, we're getting more overpowered. We're getting more overpowered in the beat things with a stick way because I've pushed us into that archetype. If I spent more time casting spells, the spells would be more powerful, and then we feel like if we come up against a boss that resists physical damage, and like the idea is that you have to cast your powerful spells that you've been leveling, we could be in quite a bit of trouble. And I hope that's not the case. Jeez, that would be annoying. We're not OP against Black Flames, no. And they don't have like a high defense stat that tells you, say, great. A high defense stat so that you deal less damage to them. They've just got a, they're going to take 0 from physical attacks unless you crit or something similar. And what a surprise, that doesn't feel great to play against for our YOLO and attack and think not of it. But it's also true that whenever we slowly pick the strategy, Ice Brand, that's probably a really cool sword. Extra damage. Well, Gaia Blade's going, we're taking Ice Brand now. Whenever we pick each attack and we think it through and then we go from there, it's even slower than just running from the frustrating flames. And that feels worse. I'd rather YOLO our way through and then turn off auto battle at the end of each fight so that we don't auto attack flames for a bit. And I guess that just means the Final Fantasy II combat, even with the sped up version, it's not working for us. You've made good progress, but you must defeat me if you wish to continue your ascent. Steps back, blurs. You're gonna turn into an ice kicker, aren't you? Alright, less points because you've reused the exact same animation on the same sprite with a different color. But I'm still impressed that you did it. That's cool shit. I'm gonna wreck you up. I hope you don't absorb ice because we've got a couple of ice weapons now. You don't absorb ice. Cool, we're good. I didn't think to turn off auto battle, so we just gain protect for no reason, but I bet we'll kill him this round. Yeah, cool. When you run because it's too boring and not because it's too hard, there's a problem. These modern gamers, they're just so impatient. 6th floor of the tower. We're doing it, everybody. We're getting to the top. Oh, a pit to fall into. Well, I see only a couple of chests. Let's go get them. We can at least be satisfied with ourselves that we're going to get all the chests while we're in here. Alright. Lovely that we're using protection. But Firion, I don't think we need to use protection if... No, I don't want to go. If it's gonna be quick, don't bother. No. Someone help me work this metaphor. If the fight's gonna be quick, if it's gonna be over soon? No. If, Ding. And now we're gonna run. And if minimal contact is being made, that's good. Good job, Loxy. I think that makes sense. Yeah, honestly, I think that's the best. The best we're gonna get out of that. Oh, level 8 cure. Good job. Oh, dead man. Hilarious. Methinks the Jimbles doth protest too much about feet. No, no, god damn it. Ricard's gonna try and attack Firion. Because I messed up the targeting. This is why we just use auto battle. Because it's so much... Now, we can't use auto battle at the next fight because Ricard will again stab Firion, I bet. Now, we only use the beat up your own team members to improve their stats thing when we're somewhere safe. Luckily, it auto-selected the enemy on that one. Cool. Just gonna kill an array of imps because they're here. God, we're nearly finished for the night too. Kinda hope we finished the Mysidian Tower. Oh well. Preemptive strike. We're going to use that preemptive strike to run. I don't know if I'm asking the question. Let's just leave it on. Let's just run from every fight. We're overpowered. We're killing the bosses in a couple of hits. Fuck it. Yeah, we could kill those super easy. Except that happens. Bye, Ricard. Glad we could get you out of the well to immediately leave you here, turned to stone. Wizard stuff. Do you think it's more powerful than a power staff? Clearly it is. Cast Scourge! Bet it's like Scourge too. Bye! Let's go. 2 minutes. Got a boss? No? Well, it's A, Gigas. Not the right one. 7th floor, come on. Show me what's here. Some chests and some probably empty rooms. Let's go, let's go. Spider Silk, cast slow on enemies, use it in combat. Ambushed by souls and flans. We're not giving up on the game. We're not going to end it without giving it our all. We're going to finish it. We won't let... We've got a dream. Us, as players, as watchers, as a fan of this series, and as a streamer who wants to put on a good show. Hermes shoes. Think they're a usable item, or are they going to be something we equip? What do you think? Confused 16, that's a high chance to cast. Good thing we ran. has the same effect as haste. Okay, well, it's a usable item, might as well. Make a chance of successfully fleeing higher. I actually think it's pretty high. I've had, like other Final Fantasy games, you have a chance to flee and it's low. Like, you gotta use that thing a lot. Alright. Fuck off. Alright, let's go. You made good progress. You must defeat me if you wish to continue our ascent. It's the same dialogue each time. This is not very satisfying. Slightly different animation, very cool. Good job. Thunder Gigas. Oh, let's cast Protect. They hit like a truck. Let's not cast Protect twice this time, though. That's good. Oh no. He's not taking much damage from our physical attacks. Do you think this is the perhaps, oh god, thing that would defeat us? A boss where you must use magic to defeat them. Let's cast Thunder and see what happens, huh? We'll just throw a couple spells at him. Rikard can attack, what else can we do, right? Thunder healed him! Yeah, I mean, I should have seen that coming. His name is Thunder Gigas. Alright, after this fight, we'll finish for the night, because it is, in fact, 10 o'clock. Fuck. That's what I... Alright, well, we're not doing that. You're the one with the powerful fire magic. You can heal yourself, I think. Let's use Aura to make us all slightly more powerful. Throw Pepito, of course! Do we know if he's weak to cats? At least the other Gigases didn't have too much health, so he's dead. Yeah, just fucking wrecked. The thing is, we actually need him alive. You know what? We're gonna use a Phoenix down. I mean, normally it wouldn't do, because we straight up need... Try and slow him. The spider silk. Squeak is a lie. Don't trust the cat telling him sweet things. Slow 9. Miss. Alright, cool. Well, good thing it only hit one of us. Wait. I nearly cast Thunder on him again. Embarrassing. Acid does poison damage, let's do it. Her swords aren't terrible. Moria can deal some damage. Poison Cloud 16. Not bad. Good counter. Good job. Very good. Tempting fate, right? Talking about a boss that needs to be magicked down. Here we are. Struggling with the same question right in front of us. Probably can't sleep. Let's try and cast Strain and see what happens, right? How much? What do you think? 25! boy. And he's dead. Not a lot, no. We can do better than that, I'd say. Come on, Thunder Gigas. Give it up. Let's get haste on. Oh, it's haste on one person. Put it on the healer. We can do it. We can. Bonk. Such a powerful strike, you know? I should have made Vicard use a potion instead of attacking. Well, it's better than the zero he did before. Okay, cool, good. We can do this. We can take him down. It's just... Raise his attack at cost of lowering evasion? I don't know. Just use Blizzard. You can do it. You're gonna throw fire spells. Got heaps of fire. Let's go. Let's take down the Gigas, everyone. Oh. Okay. Okay, good job. Good job, everybody. Coming here right at the end. Yay, Thunder leveled up. Okay, good lord. Just walk up here and see if it's the top. It's not. We're quick saving and dealing with this later. Oh my god. Not panicking. I mean, that's the hardest part sometimes. You look at it and going, are we going to be able to beat this? It can be stressful, but when it comes down to it, the way to win is to try, is to keep trying, and if it doesn't work, it's the same thing as, like, panicking. So try to hold on to your mind and think about it in a sec. Like, the consequence of failure is lost time. You shouldn't feel embarrassed or silly. And then you can come back to the top. That's why single-player video games are good. Because the real only end state is you giving up. If you keep trying, you win. Also, take a look at the banner. We've made every character now. How cool's that? Okay, well thanks very much for joining me on this stream tonight. I hopefully will get to the bottom of Final Fantasy 2 soon and we'll start Final Fantasy 3 on the next Wednesday. But at the moment, I'm looking forward to playing more Pillars of Eternity, right? Let's finish the White March. That'll be great on Monday night. Thanks very much for joining me, and I hope we will see you again soon. Otherwise, I suggest you check out Mako's stream, which generally happens on Friday nights. And you know what? I'm going to see if there's someone I like that I can send a raid to. You know? That's good practice.
Okay.
And it takes only a few seconds to see if there's someone else I approve of. And no, it's not that easy to set up. Oh well, we'll take care of that soon. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great night, and we'll see you again soon. Good night.